You're watching ZTV.
Hello, dear ones, and welcome to Testimony Tuesday. This is Z. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. It's the end of January 2015, and I hope that you have accomplished a ton of stuff. Acceleration is available to you. Multiplied grace is available to you because of the season that we're in. If you are, if you have your goals written out and things like that, write the vision and make it plain so that he who sees it will run to it and make sure it happens, then you are going to accomplish those things, and I'm a witness of that. I've already gotten 2 books done in January. I'm working on the 3rd. It'll be done in February. A 4th will be done in February, and then a 5th will be done in March. That will go out for the Grow Your Dreams conference that takes place in April. Don't forget to go to growyourdreamsconference.com and register for that if you haven't already. It's going to be a fantastic conference. The book that I'm going to debut at that conference is the follow-up to my Money Grows on Trees, where I went into a greater realm and a greater dimension of understanding the Lord's provision and things like that, and some revelation that he laid out to me about specific there are specific demonic forces that hinder ethnic groups and things like that, but he gave me some specific information about African Americans and how they've had a hard time breaking through up to this point, and showed me some very specific things to do to get out from under that ceiling, basically, and move into the heavenly realm of abundance. So I'm going to put all that stuff in a book. It's really awesome. It's really awesome. Like, he has been downloading stuff and information for that since around about December 17th is when I first saw the revelation. I was reading the book of Daniel, and the Lord showed me the revelation right there. So I wrote it out, and I wrote it out in my Bible there, what the Lord showed me, like I always do. And so that's going to become a book, and he's unfolding that stuff for me more and more each day. It's really cool. Testimony Tuesday is about Revelation 19:10. The testimony of Jesus Christ is the spirit of prophecy. What that means is that when you're testifying about what Jesus has done for you, somebody else can hear that and say, oh my gosh, I want that to happen in my life. The Lord will come into agreement with that because you're speaking about him and something that he's done. And he will say, yes, I'll do that for you. And then, of course, you say, well, give it to me with increase, because he's the God of increase. He never does everything exactly the same. I have a bunch of testimonies I want to share with you. I'm going to share quite a few with you today, because I haven't done Testimony Tuesday in such a long time, and I don't know when I'm going to get back and do Testimony Tuesday again. I've been in this season of prayer, and it's really easy because my schedule's all weirdy to just go about my day and record a podcast instead of trying to beautify and record a video. And I'm having trouble beautifying right now, as you can tell, because look, I'm considering growing my hair out, and I don't know what I was thinking, because every time I see short hair, like a little boy cut or something, I'm like, oh, maybe I should go get my hair cut. But I'm trying to, I set a goal. Maybe if I can make it till this day, then I'll set another goal and make it to that day, and then set another goal and make it to that day. So I'm trying to make it so you can pray for me if you'd like, to see if I can get through, but who knows. Last time I did this, it didn't work out too well. All right, but the first testimony that I want to share with you came on January 16th, and it just says, hi Zari, how are you? I pray that you're well. I received the book. Before I give you my debt cancellation testimony, I want to share about the spiritual growth courses that I purchased from you are blessing my life, all caps. Thank you for being obedient and open to the Lord. May God bless you mightily for what you've put out. You really have no idea how much I've grown, and for that I'm thankful to God for you. And I'm currently walking through, oh Lord, forgive them, as well as my Money Grows on Trees, and those books are blessing me as well. The Father has given you such a wealth of knowledge and insight about just what I need in the season of my life, so you may hear from me a lot. And listen, this is such an awesome thing that she says right here. God has given you such a wealth of knowledge and insight. That's important, because I've had dreams before, and I shared a dream in the dream interpretation course about this dream that I had, that I was walking through this beautifully green field with my son, and there were chunks of gold and silver coming out of the sky. And so I submitted that dream for others to interpret, to see what they saw in that dream. And they were saying, oh, well, the Lord's going to bless you with wealth. And of course, that's the immediate thing that you think. But there's a first part to that, in addition to the wealth. First of all, the gold and the silver represent the wisdom and the knowledge of God. And she just, came into agreement right here that prophetic dream has manifested in my life. I do have a wealth of knowledge and insight from the Lord, because that's what I asked for. I had a dream back in 2012 when I was in that season of 18 months when I set myself apart to the Lord. And I had one of those dreams just like Solomon had. And the Lord came to me in a dream, and he showed me this menu, this 2-sided menu, and there were all kind of things on it, and they were moving down. There was like cars, houses, fame, whatever you name it. And the Lord said, what do you want? And I said, getting things is nice, but I want the fullness of God. And so with that, like, when you ask for the fullness of God, you get your trials and your persecution and your testing, your seasons of wilderness, of course, but you also get that wealth of wisdom and knowledge, revelation and insight. And that is what's transferred into actual cash wealth in the earth realm. So you have to do what the Bible says. Seek first the kingdom of God, and all those other things will be added to you. If you're willing to put in, what it takes to seek wisdom from the Lord, then those things translate into products that you can market and earn income from to support yourself and your family and things like that. And most importantly, to sow back into the kingdom, right? Okay, so this is what she's talking about, back in either October or September of 2014, I was standing by my refrigerator, and there was a bill there, and it was like, you have 3 more payments left on this, and it will be paid in full. Your account will be paid in full. And I'm like, I don't want to pay that. So I'm like, Lord, what do I do? Give me a strategy. I don't want to pay for this. And he said, pray for other people's debt cancellation, and I'll cancel this for you. And so I posted on Facebook, if you'd like me to pray for you for debt cancellation, let me know. And so I recorded a video, sent it out to the people who requested it, touched and agreed for their debt to be canceled. And I've had tons of debt cancellation testimonies come back since then. But here's one. And listen, this is the thing about those debt cancellation testimonies. Patty and I were adding up the money that we've had other people's debt canceled over the last probably about a year. And we've had more than, between the two of us, we've had more than $100,000 in debt cancellations through our ministry, through our prayer. So that's awesome that the Lord is willing to do that for us. You know why? Because you reap what you sow. We're sowing prayer into other people to make sure that they don't have any debt, so the Lord keeps us out of debt. Isn't that beautiful? It's an awesome thing. That's the way he works. You reap what you sow. So listen, this is the rest of her testimony. You prayed for me for debt cancellation a few months back, and I wanted to share what the Lord is doing. I shared this testimony with some other people because I believe God allowed me to pray with you, sow into things, and believe him for debt freedom so that I could reap a ridiculous harvest. I know God's not finished, but I need to share this because I'm still believing for complete debt cancellation. Okay, so this person had $100,000 in student loans, and it says right here that they followed the instructions of the Lord. They kept sowing. They kept agreeing with the prayer that I sent, and God supernaturally removed $30,000 off of their loan amount and gave them, a better payment arrangement. Now that is awesome. Oh, and also it says that their credit score went up almost 100 points. So that's awesome. So it says, God is so good, Zara. You have no idea what a weight lifted off this is. And I know that God is not done, but I wanted to share this with you. All right. And they say, I pray blessings over you, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, that God do more than you could think. Sort of thing. Bless my son, all that stuff, just wonderful stuff. But that is just one of the testimonies that we get into this ministry all the time because we know how the principles of God work, and more importantly, we have relationships with the Lord. And so that's just a beautiful thing to be able to participate, to be able to help somebody's life be changed. Financial problems, they cause a lot of stress in people's life. Like, think about that. They cause a lot of stress in people's life. But we know the God of supernatural debt cancellation. So it just makes sense that we take advantage of all those things that he makes available to us. He says he'll supply all of our needs. He says, I am Jehovah Jireh. I'm the Lord your provider. He provides. He does things like that. And we're sitting up here racking up, blessings and favor and all this kind of stuff from the Lord because we're sowing this back into the people that the Lord loves. Dr. Mike Murdoch, my mentor, always says, Patty's mentor too, always says, if you get involved with God's people, God's going to get involved with you. And that is something that we believe in. That's something that we remember. And we're witnesses of that. It actually happens in our lives. The Lord gets involved with us. My testimony is amazing. Just from Zane's deliverance all the way down, like me not having money for a plane ticket and praying, asking the Lord if I can go. And he's like, do you walk by faith or do you walk by sight? And then somebody handed me money so I can get a plane ticket. I didn't have anywhere to stay when I was about to go down there and get him. And then like hours before my plane was to leave to go get him, somebody handed me money and I was able to get a hotel so that I could stay when I got there. Flew down to Phoenix, had no way of knowing how I was going to get from the airport to the hotel. And then my friend says, take a taxi. Well, I was going down there on faith. I didn't have money for a taxi, but on the way to the airport, somebody says, boom, here's $50 for you. That paid for the taxi to get me from the hotel to the, just all kind of stuff. We walk in miracles. We live in miracles. We do miracles. And let me tell you something else. I'm teaching a course. It's going to be a video. It's about an hour and 19 minutes roundabout called The Power of Agreement. I was been sharing that I was in the season of prayer with a prayer partner for 2 months, November and December of 2014. And we were getting things done. Boom, 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 boom. So I got greater revelation about agreement and what it means and how to tap into it and how it's activating your life. And now that I have this greater activation of the power of agreement in my life, it doesn't matter who I'm agreeing with, as long as those principles line up, God's going to deliver. Like just yesterday, I had I schedule all my Facebook posts because I don't have time to be on Facebook. I'm on there a few minutes right now because, like I said, I'm in the season of prayer and I need to be able to, like the Lord says, go, I need to be able to go because he wants to say something. And so I have the Facebook post scheduled all the way up until February. And they all disappeared yesterday. So I did not panic. This is like the first time that I didn't get all like, I was like, I'm talking about, about this specific thing about computer stuff. Because usually when computer stuff comes on, because that's where my work, comes in. And I'm like, and all this stuff. And I'm like, dude, what happened all of a sudden? And then I'm like, oh, well, I'm not going to worry about it. I've got, too much other stuff going on. And then I was like, no, wait, let me just pray about it. Take authority. So I told Zane what happened. And I said, will you come into agreement with me? And he came into agreement with me. And then I went back and did my work. And of course, when I got up this morning, everything was right as rain. Everything's back perfectly. No hindrance, no block, no nothing. That's beautiful. So just, I love the Lord. And I hope that you are experiencing all of that. So if you haven't registered for the Power of Agreement course, do it. It's only $5. Listen, let me tell you, those courses are $5. I have planned in 2015 to charge more for my courses because of the new realms and dimensions that the Lord took me into at the end of last year because all that prayer and stuff I was in. But he exploded my mentoring business so that I can charge less for the courses. So now they're reasonable. They're like $5 and you're getting like a college course worth of information in that 1 month's time or whatever you're getting from me. So that is like, that's how the Lord is allowing me to bless the kingdom. He's providing for me in other ways so that I can give this other information that people need for everyday life, at a reasonable and affordable cost. You can't beat $5 for the course. I mean, and you might say it'd be better if it was free, but no, it's not, because then you're not sowing anything into the revelation and you will never receive the fullness of it. Like, it will take you 10 times as long to watch a video over and over and over and over and over again to get all the revelation that's contained, as opposed to if you sow a seed to receive it, then that's your investment right there. I was reading Prophet Kent Simpson from, I think it was probably about the end of November, and he was explaining that, when he first started his, they call him the mail order prophet because he's been recording since the 70s, prophetic words for people and recording them on tape and sending them out to people. Now he does MP3s and stuff like that, and just, they're all online. But he was saying that when he first started that ministry, he was a bank manager. He made tons of money when the Lord called him into ministry. Of course, your income completely changes when you get called into ministry, and you have to just depend on the Lord for everything. You do that in the beginning, but it's good because he teaches you all this stuff. Then you get to teach other people, and they see you being successful. So they're like, okay, this has worked. So let me, put it into practice according to my life, and it's going to manifest for me because God can't fail you. His word won't fail. It never does. Hebrews 11:1, if his word fails, everything's going to fall apart in the universe. So he was saying that, when I first started, I was really hesitant. And he was like, I don't want to be one of those people who's dependent on the body of believers for my income and stuff like that. And the Lord spoke to him about it 3 separate times, and confirmed his word at the same time. He was like, that's me. He's like, son, if they don't invest in it, they're not committed to it. And it's the truth. Think about all the stuff you get free. You don't appreciate as much. Like, it's different when you have spiritual growth, but at the same time, it's not the same thing as when you actually make an investment and you're giving up of your income. And the reason for that is because where your heart is, your treasure is also. So if you're receiving something without showing honor in return, you're not going to reap the fullness of the kingdom off of that thing. That's not how God works. He says in 1 Samuel, I'm going to honor those who honor me. If you accept a prophet in the name of a prophet, you will receive a prophet's reward. That's how he set up the world. That's how it goes. If you can't learn to reciprocate and invest in the things that you're receiving from the kingdom, you will never receive the fullness of the kingdom. And that's basically the remnant principle. I talk about that in my Money Grows on Trees. The remnant principle. 10% or fewer, get the full revelation of any of one of God's principles and promises. You know, you ask for all of it. You know, keep seeking, keep seeking, keep seeking, keep seeking. Okay? All right, so I'm going to let you go there. Be on the lookout for that, the pre-order for that book, because it's going to save you money. The pre-orders always save you money. And for that, I mean, that second financial book is what I'm talking about. So be on the lookout for that. It's going to bless you. And I think that is about it. Oh, check the podcast and youtube.com/ZWritesWord7. A lot of the revelation and stuff that I'm getting during the season of prayer that I'm in, I'm recording podcasts. Like I said, it's real easy to record a podcast than it is setting up video and all that stuff. So be on the lookout for those things. Go to YouTube, check those videos, watch those videos all the time. I get email after email after email after email. Like, people tell me, I just spent a whole day watching your videos and soaking up all that revelation stuff. That's free. Take advantage of it. Get that stuff that's available to you. You have no reason to be failing in any area of your life in this day and age. We have access to too much. Not to mention that you could just be like, Holy Spirit, I need you, because he's in you. And then you ask him to pour that fresh oil and that anointing on you and be with you right there in the moment. Boom, bam, boom. Revelations breaking out all over the place. Miracle signs, wonders. You're having divine encounters. All that good stuff is coming to you. All right. God bless you. Bye-bye.